So we're here at day 15 of our OSCP Plus journey, and we're going to quickly just demonstrate a simple example of Hashcat. As I had a friend reach out yesterday and said I mentioned that I was okay with it, but I didn't really show an example. So just wanted to quickly do that today in case anyone's not ever seen the tool and kind of its use case or practicality. So we're here in Cali, and we're in the path of user share wordlist, and the reason being is because we're going to do a WC, let's go ahead, -L, and then on that rockyou.txt. You hear this file used so much because, well, not because, but we can see here, comma, there's over 14.3 million passwords in this password list. And so just because of the number of passwords that are already there, that of course were used by us true humans, that's why it's really used within the community very frequently. But that perfectly aligns with today's demonstration. We're going to show like how quickly, a tool like Hashcat can go through depending on the mode. And the mode is, of course, MD5 here today, but let's go ahead and get to it. So we begin by typing Hashcat and -M, and this is where we specify our mode. And yesterday we showed all of these different modes that Hashcat is at the time of that version ready to, of course, crack. And MD5, of course, is 0. It's going to be super quick. I think it can do more than a million a second. And then there's so many different optional flags, attack. If we want to specify the output, dash force, disable the pot file, etc. But the next requirement is the hash, and actually that's backspace. If we do a cat on this hash.txt, we've just got one simple hash in there. And so we could technically, we could just copy that into here, etc. But let's just go ahead and identify the location of that file. And then the last requirement is the password list, which of course is rockyou.txt. And so if we go ahead and hit enter, we'll see that kick off here. And we see down here, we can press S for status to get kind of a lot of details on what it's actually doing. We can see that it is 6% of the way there. Press S again, and now we can see 21%. There's a flag, of course, to do this, I think, every 5 or 10, 15 seconds or something without having to manually press S. But a wealth of knowledge here when this is kind of running, even the candidates that are coming up next. So one more time, we can see that we're at 50%. So I think probably in the next 10, 15 seconds, we should hopefully be done. Simple old 6, 7 year old laptop that I've got here. I think we allocated I think 4 megs of memory to this, but um, we'll see. Megs or gigs, been a while. Tired, sleepy today, 93%. All right, so, well, it's already recovered it, to be quite honest. 1 out of 1 recovered. And so if we just press up, show, we can see that that is the hash, and this is the password, 102 Carolina. We just picked something from Carolina. If we were to do, let's see, well, cat rocky.txt, all I did was grep for the word just to see. These are the number of passwords in this list that have Carolina, and it's like I said, it's 14.3 million. Super amazing. But like we saw demonstrated here, just a simple example. There's so many different use cases for it. Of course, learning and getting to know the limitations, or when we should maybe use John the Ripper or another hash cracking tool, depending on the use case, is also something that we shouldn't always get 100%, just only use one tool. We should know what's out there, add to our tool set, and be able to pull out the one that's needed. Or if maybe one is unavailable or something like that. But like we said, this is day 15. And like I said, tomorrow's day 16, but it's the weekend. And so we're going to be in the lab all day, all night tonight, trying to go ahead and finish up most of Offset's training so we can get to these machines. But I want to thank each and every one of you out there again for always rocking it here with me. Be safe this weekend, and until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Peace.